AI is truly revolutionary, but yet it's at its infancy. It is like a newborn baby learning to crawl. Over the coming quarters, coming years, and for decades to come, we will go from crawling to walking to running to sprinting. And it is a marathon, it is a journey. As we do so, ensuring citizen privacy, ensuring citizen rights are protected is an essential element to the success of AI. If we do not make sure that mankind's personal information is kept with consent and used in the appropriate manner, we will not get the adoption that we want out of AI. And more importantly, we will take disruptive technology and make it one that stagnates because it doesn't get the adoption because there is a lack of trust. Trust and AI go hand in hand, and that requires data privacy to be a key element of the process. The challenges with AI deployment when it comes to data privacy in large enterprises is the sheer lack of knowledge of what the enterprise has in their unstructured environment. As data sprawl continues, data growth continues. The use of models against that large scale is important for the models to be able to be more accurate, identify more proactive suggestions, recommendations. But in doing so, they need to be guarded against what they have access to. That process requires an understanding of what data you have, appropriate classification for use or not use, and then the proper diligence and governance to make sure that that classification is maintained as LLMs as well as small models look to take advantage of the data within an enterprise environment. There is always a question of too much or too little regulation. And depending on which side of the fence you're on, you are either going to say unregulated bodies become the perfect opportunity for chaos, and too much regulation may be a deterrent to growth for private enterprise. Reality is there's a common ground. You do need legislation. You need to govern how AI is deployed, how it is used, what it has access to. And from an enterprise standpoint, you have to respect that there needs to be boundaries within which and constructs within which we work and we are responsible to the society that we are a part of. Laws, especially in AI, are going to be driven to ensure data privacy, data sovereignty. Those are going to be both critical in maintaining decorum around what are the social norms, as well as protecting state secrets and meeting the geopolitical needs that each government has. And we as enterprises are going to have to make sure that we honor that responsibility by having the right visibility and controls around our data. Ethical AI requires strong governance. Ethical AI requires visibility so that you can drive compliance. Ethical AI requires transparency. To do so, enterprises must take the first step and ensure there's a full understanding and a robust process to analyze the data they have as well as what they're creating. Secondly, they need to make sure that they're tagging and classifying this data with parameters that allow you to determine its use, not use, its protection, as well as who has access. That then leads to the process of being able to use AI in an effective manner with responsibility and with the appropriate ethics in terms of managing it. The second part of this is making sure that there is no bias in the model. Ensuring that the models that are run to drive AI are in conjunction done so without the human bias that may come in when those algorithms and models are created. AI, as I mentioned, is still in its infancy. In order to address hallucination, false negatives, false positives. Human intervention in validating the output that results from AI is an absolute must. As we train these models, similar to how we train a child and teach it to learn, it'll bring that knowledge into its memory, and it will take that knowledge and continue to build upon it the same way our brains do. If you take the same logic and apply it where human beings leverage AI to train better and better, and yes, it's a tedious process, but one that must be done. Generative AI is absolutely in place, but it's, again, even more of an derivative. Its accuracy levels are single digits, low double digits at best. Can that be trusted for decision making? No. Can it be trusted to provide you a potential recommendation? Yes. But that delta is pretty large, and that's going to take some time. So the human being involved in the process of validating the accuracy of what comes out allows you to accelerate the model of training that required in order to drive larger adoption. So data dynamics is on a journey to drive data democratization, period. Our belief is that citizens have a right and transparency into how their data is used, how it is managed, how it is accessed. Enterprises have a responsibility to be that trusted custodian. Data dynamics provides a software that drives appropriate discovery for legacy information as well as net new generated data on a daily basis. It allows you to tag and classify that data so that you have the appropriate heuristics around that data. It allows you to set up policies as well as create intelligent policies that will drive how that data is accessed, how it is governed, how it is ensuring compliance, and ensuring its security, as well as ensuring lifecycle management so you don't have over or under retention, which is important to the ethical AI. You don't want citizens' information to be kept too long. You also don't want it to be kept too short. It's important to have that single holistic software that is going to aid the ethical use of AI within a compliant and governed manner while protecting citizen security, in turn enabling data democratization.